Sometimes people they ask me that if we are Atman, then it's fine to realize it that we are Atman, but as soon as we hit the road or we are in office or we are talking to someone, we just forget it. And then that consciousness of being in self as an Atman does not knock us, and we are somewhere lost with the dualities of the life. And they say that theoretically they do know that we are Atman, but practically to practice it in the real time is very difficult. And they only can do uh, only when they are in a meditation status in the morning or in the evening. But rest of the time they're just lost with the worldly things. So I would say that it's not that way. If you have realized, then it is not that way. But if you have not realized, then definitely it's a issue. Because let's say if you wanted to visit Rishikesh, and if you have just heard that there is a Rishikesh, and if you have not ever visited Rishikesh, then definitely it would be difficult to talk about Rishikesh or think about Rishikesh because you have not experienced it. But let's say if you have been there, if you have stayed there in Rishikesh for quite some time, then it's obvious that you have gained that experience, and then you can actually realize it even when you are not in Rishikesh. So let's say, let me give you another example. If someone has not taken a milk, cow's milk, and ever in the life, it's very difficult, but just imagine. And another enlightened person comes to this first guy and tells him that, okay, do you know how the milk is? And he tells everything about milk to this fella, the first fella, and theoretically the first fella knows that what milk is, but he has never drunk it, he has never taken it. And one day he's just talking to someone, and the other person, maybe the third person, is just saying, hey, do you know the color of the milk? And the first person, who has never realized it but only had the theoretical knowledge, he would say, yeah, I know the color of the milk is white. And the third person tells him that, yeah, the color of the milk is white when it is given by the white cow. But when it is given by a brown cow or a black cow, then the color is different. Then it becomes black or brown. And the first person who has never realized milk as in milk, he has never seen the milk as in milk practically, he would say, he will get confused because, there can be a possibility. Exactly the same way, people, when they tell me that what is Atman, and we know theoretically what is Atman, but it's very difficult to actually sustain in that status of Atman throughout the day. And when we see difficult people in our life, then we just blast and talk any nonsense to them, and we are angry, or we are afraid, and that consciousness of Atman doesn't stay there for long. So it doesn't work for us. Definitely, they are the first person who have only heard about there is a milk, but they have actually not touched the Atman part. So practically, if you see, if I have to define it, the Atman is. Let me try to elaborate it a little bit more. There is a brain, which you can see, with your eyes, and there is a mind. Now, mind is a sort of software, right? And brain is like hardware. Mind is software. Mind is basically not software. I would say it's a process which is going to work upon various applications. It's just like ROM or RAM kind of stuff. So, and then there are different applications in the mind, like we have different applications in the mobile. So basically it is. And then the consciousness, the Atman, is basically a sort of electricity that comes into the system. And as soon as the electricity is there, the laptop or the mobile is charged up, it actually illuminates all the applications in front of you. And the system starts actually reacting to the apps. Now, if you have good applications in the system, you will have good situation happening in the process. If you have bad applications in the system, definitely your laptop or mobile would show you the bad applications. That's simple as it is. So, what is Atman then? The Atman is that part which is the electricity within the system. So you are not the brain, you're not the mind, you are not even the applications. You are basically the electricity, the Atman. But how we behave, that, oh, I am not the Atman, I am the mobile. That's the way people behave. Oh, I have to have a cover for the mobile. My mobile should have a good look. So similarly, we just keep decorating our falsely body, which we are going to just throw after 100 years or so. The way we replace mobile, we just go and buy a new mobile, and then we download new applications, and then we start using those applications. Similarly, our body, the Atman, it throws the body out when the body is not usable anymore, and then it actually takes a new body, and then it creates those applications, and the applications are created through your childhood to later on in the status of you learn things, you have a conditioned life around your parent, you learn about religion. So these are the small applications you keep creating in your life. Now you would say, just for an example, an average person doesn't know about boating, or doesn't know about as a profession, as a someone who stitches clothes, right? But that those things are there. So stitching clothes is not an application for someone. Someone is having an application of being a software engineer. So he has learned, he has developed that kind of learning, and then his mind actually works upon it, and then there is a result. So people are also confused between the consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, and many different kind of consciousness. But it's just like saying, oh, I have electricity, I have sub-electricity, I have unconsciousness electricity. It doesn't matter. Electricity is electricity. So Atman is Atman. It's just that when we push the consciousness through a system, the consciousness observes the various conditioning stuff. Like when the consciousness is into the system, we have the conditioned mind, and we have the memories. Based on that, we actually experience a sort of feelings around us. Now, for an example, I stay in this house, right? And I have so many memories about this house, when this was constructed, and how we used to feel when it was not there even, right? 10 years back, it was not even there. We were just having the first floor. Now I'm on the fifth floor. So basically, I have those memories. So when I'm sitting here, there is already a conditioned mind, subconscious. What otherwise people get confused is subconscious. Those feelings are already there, nostalgic feelings, or some kind of feelings which gives me up and down, or maybe restricting me not to enjoy this weather to the fullest. However, let's say if you are watching this video and you are asked to be here, be very safe and with your loved one, you would be excited to see this, for the first time. That's why we go to hotels and we feel so excited, because there is no bondage or memories related to those things. And that's why, but the next time when you go to that hotel, if you have the good memories, you'll have good episode, or if you have a bad memory, you will have a bad kind of experience. So these are the applications that becomes in our head. So there's nothing as subconsciousness or consciousness. If you just really want to get more confused, Look at this, the consciousness, your heart is working, your liver is working, your pancreas, your lungs, and the blood is pumping into your system. So who is doing it? It is happening automatically because this is the world of the Creator, the Supreme Lord Krishna. So you don't have to, you're not the, in fact, you're not the karta, or you're not the doer. Everything is happening. It is just that I have a consciousness, and then it start observing the things and then saying, oh, I have done something. So don't get confused. You're just the Atman sitting in this body and just observing the things. Things are happening automatically. You have a free will to choose good, bad, to react, not to act. I'm telling you. That's again one thing, We feel that we are basically acting. The greater idea, the greater point is that before even we act, before even we speak, a micro 7 second, the seventh part of the second, there is this information that comes into the mind that to act in a specific way. It's been proven by the scientists. I don't have to talk much here, but so it's something like, we are the puppet already, I'm just saying that I'm a puppet. This thing is already been given to me as an instruction. But yes, I have a free will to react upon this. Oh, feel good or feel bad. And based on that, the second command is given to us. That's the way we are we are the maker of our destiny, because how I'm going to react to some place, something, that's the difference between this movie and the cosmic movie and the normal movies. So guys, to be very honest, you are the Atman, and if you just, you go to theater, you don't forget that you are Ram, Sham and Gita. Do you forget? And you just go with the flow with the Sholay movie or Titanic movie, and then you forget everything, and then you start thinking that, oh, I am the Jack of the movie. You don't do that, because you know that I am Henry, I am Charlie, and I'm just watching the movie. That's the same way you have to do this. You have to just be a witness of this movie called life, which is 6 dimensions. You're just hearing it and then, listening and all this, doing good things, and just enjoy the ride. In last 1 week, I have gone through so much of, different episodes in my life, having so many different kind of experiences, and I've been just witnessing, and I feel, oh, wow. So just be aware that you're just Atman sitting in this body, and rest is that mind is a sort of software, and then you have different applications. Those are the conditioned things, the way you do. You know how to ride, you know how to cook, you know how to eat. These are just the simple applications. There are so many things you don't know. You don't know how to fly. Oh, I mean to say, fly not that kind of fly, but fly like fly. So be cool and don't get confused. The sectarian stuff, religion so-called out there, is just to make sure that you don't get out of this conditioned life. That's why, so that you're a slave of this life, and it's just like, the people of that theater doesn't want you to realize that you are just Charlie watching a Titanic movie, and you're not independent person. So the life is very beautiful. Enjoy it, and feel that you are Atman all the time, 24/7. Thank you.